I would like to turn to the next speaker, which is Mr. Mahendra Singhi, who is the president of the Cement Manufacturers Association and also the managing director and CEO of Dalmia Cement Limited. And we know that Dalmia Cement has been ranking, I think, number first in the cement ranking for its low carbon and low economy transition. So this is good news. And I would like to give you the floor to give us your views on the challenges, but also opportunities for the cement sector in order to reduce its CO2 emissions, and what strategy is Dalmia adopting in this context, being one of the leading countries. And as you know, the ETP has been focusing also on the energy intensive like cement industry. So I'm very curious to have your views. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Michelle, and happy afternoon to all great personalities who are in Paris and in India. First, my heartiest congratulations to Dr. Birol and whole IEA team who have come with ETP Perspective Report of 2020. And I'm so delighted that in 400 pages of this report, 200 clean technologies have been captured, which means one technology in 2 pages on an average basis. But yes, that charts out what should be done in next 50 years. So that's a great perspective which has been highlighted by IAA, and I'm sure this will go a long way in opening up the mind of not only the countries but the corporations and the people. I'm also thankful to Dr. Birol, who appreciated efforts of our country, India, efforts of our Minister Sri Javadekar and others also. And we are looking forward for this Indian Energy Outlook report, which will surely come out with what efforts have been made by the country as well as by the corporations. Now, coming to Indian cement sector, first, I would like to say that the collaboration which Indian cement sector did with IEA, starting from 2013, when a low carbon technology roadmap was created, and thereafter again, it was reviewed and revamped in 2017 by few selected companies of Indian cement sector. That has helped us in a big way. And if one looks in that perspective, one would find that the companies who were involved from 2013, broadly, they are the companies that are still in forefront in working on clean technologies, working on bringing down the carbon footprints. Indian cement sector places itself in a global scenario in a very significant way on energy efficiency, on blending efficiency, as well on circular economy. I'm sure that with the support of this report, cement sector would go a long way in converting the image of cement sector from hard to abate to possible to abate. In this mission innovation, mission possible, Energy Transition Commission, they would also play very, very important role. Now, everybody has talked about transition. So I will talk now of my company, Dalmia Cement. So we are transitioning from gray to green. Cement is gray. We would like to convert it to green. And it can be done with the help of green hydrogen. It can be done with the bioenergy or anything, but yes, it will be gray to green. Now, with the support of IEA, TERI, and very many organizations, we have been able to bring down our carbon footprints to 60% of the global average level by energy efficiency, by bringing down clinker factor, and by using the various type of alternate materials. And it has been done by a few other companies also, but I would like to highlight that today we are one of the lowest carbon footprint cement company globally. This has also motivated us in 2018 to think beyond it. And when world was not talking about carbon neutrality, but it was not talking of half century carbon neutrality, we came out with a commitment that by 2040 we would be carbon negative. And that was in the process of to create sustainability business solution. It's just not only the climate sustainability, but it's the business sustainability also. And the levers which we are using and we are in that process, I would like to highlight is that one, like Dr. Mathur has been saying about bioenergy, it will be a biofuel, which will be replacing thermal fuel. And we have the target that by 2035, Dalmia cement would not be using 1 gram of fossil fuel, but it will be all biofuel. It will be all usage of hazardous waste. It will be all usage of uh, 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 municipal waste. Similarly, we are also committed that slowly we would be transitioning from thermal power to renewable power. And by 2030, as our commitment and partner of RE100, we would be using 100% renewable energy. In addition to this, though even today also, we are one of the most energy efficient, power consumption efficient company globally, but still we will be enhancing this efficiency, which would bring down overall demand of power, but at the same time, make it more efficient in terms of carbon footprints. And lastly, we have to now work on various new technologies. And in that, one of the important initiative which we have already taken is to go for carbon capture and utilization. We are not going for carbon capture and storage because we don't want to postpone the problem, but we want to solve the problem as well as create some material circularity. So we have already signed our arrangement with the Carbon Clean Solution team, which is also present in this meeting as well. Now, Asian Development Bank is conducting feasibility report, and I'm sure the technology CCU, which would also act as a demonstration project, not only for cement, but for other sectors also, that would play very, very important role in bringing down one, carbon footprints, and at the same time, it would also act as a raw material for various sectors, which can be fertilizer, which can be chemical, which can be for concrete sector to further concretize the more strength to the concrete, etc. So by this way, we will be able to support our reduction process of carbon footprint. And in addition to this, now we are working on how to use green hydrogen, how to directly electrify the material instead of burning the fuel. So these are the various measures which would be taken by our company, and we have clear-cut roadmap. And as you have heard, that countries have declared that there would be nationally determined contributions. So similarly, in Dalmia Cement, we have declared Dalmia determined contributions that by each 5 years, how it would be done, because we want ourselves to be measured and monitored. And that's why we are in the partnership with various organizations nationally and globally, so that one, we become more transparent, and at the same time, we get guidance also. Now, Michelle, I would like to highlight that this is all happening with the region of one philosophy, which is clean and green is profitable and sustainable. Now, with our lowest carbon footprints, we are one of the most profitable cement company also in India. And we wanted to break this myth that if you work on clean climate, you incur extra cost. Yes, it may be the case for a few years, but ultimately you are the winner. And that's why this carbon negative roadmap we call business sustainability solution. Because by bringing down thermal power usage, thermal fossil fuel usage, and capturing carbon dioxide, we should be able to reduce cost in a big way. But at the same time, we should not be only neutral in CO2 emissions, but we would be contributing for reducing in totality also. So I'm sure that these steps, with the support of Green Climate Fund, Green Finance, innovation funds of the Government of India, maybe collaboration now with IEA, as well, the most important solution which should come not only to the cement sector but to the industry in large is the international carbon market. There's a great need that as per clause 6 of Paris Climate Agreement, international carbon market should come in force so that whatever says CO2 we reduce, we get advantage of it, because these are many capital intensive projects which may not have very good payback, but once the international carbon market is there and we are able to sell the CO2 which we have saved, that will make all projects viable also, all projects green also. So most important part would be that yes, green finance made available by multi-developmental banks or anyone, and they also create some demonstration projects, not only in Europe or some other country, but in developing country like India. And we are quite confident with the leadership of our Prime Minister and our Environment Minister that the way we are working towards bringing down CO2 emissions in the country, we as Dalmia Cement and we as a cement sector also would be able to play very, very important role. And now our view and our aspiration would be that how more we can work with IA and some innovation fund so as to demonstrate not only to ourselves but to the world that this is how hard to abate sector can be possible to abate sector, and we are part of global leadership on industry transition, which is being done by Government of India and Government of Sweden, so that we can also share our knowledge also, and we can gain knowledge also. So I'm really thankful to IA for giving us this opportunity, as well also trying to understand various sectors in your report. And this sectoral analysis, sectoral approach would play a very, very important role for the industry also and for the country also. So we would be very thankful for our further future associations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you from our side. I think that was a great example of an industry which we used to call hard to abate, the cement industry, how it's moving forwards and how it's already implementing the clean energy transition. And I think your company, Dalmia, is an excellent example of moving and also, as you say, combining profitability with sustainability. I think it needs to go hand in hand, and your sector and your company in particular have really set the example, and congratulations for that efforts. And we are happy to cooperate and look with all sectors, and we had an eye on the cement sector in particular. But congratulations for all your efforts.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think that is a good bridge also to our next speaker, Mr. Anid